Hi Year 5, welcome to lesson, what are we? This is going to be your lesson 2 for the week. So yesterday with Mrs. Hossin you wrote your biographies, didn't you? So you wrote your, excuse me, your 3 paragraphs, okay? So today you are proofreading, okay? You're proofreading your biographies. So this is our editing session, okay? We're focusing though not on up-levelling, not on marvellousing, on proofreading and checking what we've done so far. So, what is proofreading? Today we'll be hunting for any punctuation errors that we may have made yesterday. If you need more writing time, you can use 20 minutes of today's session before proofreading for the remaining 25 minutes, okay? So if you do need to finish writing, do that first. Pause the video, get on with that now, and then come back for the last 25 minutes, okay? I'm going to move on because you can pause the video if you need to. So, you are going to check the following. So you've got a bit of a success criteria here. Capital letters, non-negotiables, including for proper nouns, really important. Commas for your lists, commas for your fronted adverbials, and for your relative clauses. So we have just been talking about those, haven't we? Brackets, dashes or commas to indicate parenthesis, so that bit of extra information in the brackets, or maybe you've got a double dash. You might have a single dash at the end because it's been put onto the end of a sentence. Remember, then we don't need the double dash. Full stops, another non-negotiable. We must make sure that if there is a stop, we put that full stop in. Apostrophes for contractions, so do not becoming don't. And possession, so something belonging to someone. So Michael Rosen's mother would need an apostrophe for Rosen's, wouldn't it? Because his mother belongs to him. Question marks, exclamation marks. You might not need those. You might, so you do need to check. Inverted commas for quotations. So some of you might have found when you did some research, if you did your own, you might have found some quotes that people have said about Michael Rosen. Maybe that was part of your opinion that you looked up and you found someone else's opinion about him. Great. But that does need to be in quotation marks, okay, in your inverted commas. Okay, so I've got an example piece here. I need to think about how I'm going to add in punctuation and check that the rest is correct. So I'm looking at this here. I'm going to start with, here's my success criteria as we would normally do. It's down on my right-hand page. I'm going to start with capital letters here. That's going to be my focus to begin with. Capital letters. I'm going to get my purple pen, as I would do in class, and I'm going to read through and check that capital letters are in the right places. Proper nouns, beginning of sentences. Proper nouns, names, places. So I can see here in my subheading, I need capital letters. Early life, okay? Rosen, good, so I've got one here. Rosen was born in May, May's already got one. 1946 in Harrow, North London. So places, proper nouns, they've got them already. Fab. He then lived in Middlesex, flat 30A, Bridge Street, Pinner. So here, look, Bridge Street is the name of a road. It's a proper noun. So I need a capital for both of those. And Pinner is a place. So I also need a capital P there. Just while I'm here, I'm also noticing that I've started a bracket and ended with a comma. So I'm going to, instead of that comma, turn that into a bracket to close that. Okay, next part. Before he became, straight away my sentence does not start with a capital letter. We know that's not okay. Before he became a secondary school English teacher, English, we do need one there, proper noun. Rosen's father, good, was in the American Army. American also needs a capital A. In Germany, that's another place, I need a capital G. In 1948, when Rosen was 2, his mum trained to be a primary teacher. There we go. Capital letters. Done. My success criteria, big old tick over here. Okay, commas. Lists, fronted adverbials, relative clauses. This is what I would do. I'd go through each individual point. Okay, so looking here now for commas. Rosen was born in May 1946 in Harrow, North London. Already got one here. Nice. He then lived in Middlesex, flat 38, Bridge Street, Pinner. Fine. I've put a little comma in there earlier. I must have done that subconsciously because I don't think I even talked about that. So I needed a comma there because it's not Bridge Street, Pinner. It's Bridge Street, in Pinner. So I need a little pause in between those. Before he became a secondary school English teacher, lovely, I've got a comma there because this is francis adverbial, or a subordinate clause. Rosen's father was in the American Army in Germany. In 1948, when Rosen was 2, so for me, I'm thinking that's extra information. So I could use commas there, could use a double comma, but thinking about what else I know about my parenthesis, now I know I'm moving on to another one here, but I think I might put that in brackets there. When Rosen was 2, his mum trained to be a primary teacher. Okay, so again, I'm done. I've also done brackets. Could have been commas. That would have been absolutely fine. Full stops. I think I've looked through this and I think full stops are looking good, actually. Just put a full stop at the end there. Apostrophes. I saw there was an issue with apostrophes for contraction here. So I saw something belonging to Rosen. There you go, Rosen's father. So here, it's not an apostrophe for a contraction, it's an apostrophe for possession, because we're saying Rosen's father. The father belonged to Michael Rosen. So I need an apostrophe here, because there is only one Michael Rosen, okay? It's singular, not plural. I don't think I've got any places for question marks or exclamation marks, and I think I'm okay for inverted commas. I'm just going to read through that again. That's what I would do if I was doing this myself. I'd read through the whole thing again, checking my punctuation as I go. Early life. Rosen was born in May 1946 in Harrow, North London. He then lived in Middlesex, flat 30A, Bridge Street, Pinner. Before he became a secondary school English teacher, Rosen's father was in the American Army in Germany. In 1948, when Rosen was 2, his mum trained to be a primary teacher. I think that's all absolutely fine, don't you? If you spot anything that I haven't done, please send me an email. Let me know if I missed anything. I don't think I have, but it's entirely possible. Okay, so that's me having done my editing. So now, if I'm going on to my next page here, hopefully I would see, this is one that Mrs. Hossing kindly did for me. I think all of the bits that I did in here, yes, look, they're all in there. Pinner, oh look, that one still needs to be a capital P because that's the place, isn't it? Okay, but now it's your turn. Okay, we've just done it together, or I've shown you. We can't really do things together, can we? Your turn to proofread your own writing. Look for everything listed in the success criteria. That's in your documents for you to have a look at. Use the right-hand editing page to make any changes clear, if you need to. As you go along, if you think that you notice anything you could add, you could also marvellous if you want to. Add any little bits in, but that's not a necessity. Focus on proofreading today, all right? Focusing on your grammar, your punctuation. That's the important thing today, okay? So, that's your task. Off you go. We will see you on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Bye, guys.